Hey friends, Steve Guttenberg here, and I am the audiophiliac. So, what is the real cost of free music? We live in an age of free music. No one has to pay for recorded music. It's actually a voluntary act to pay for something that's music that's recorded, and that's a sad thing. Yeah, you can see music on or hear it on YouTube. You can get a free subscription. You can get a $10 subscription, which to me is kind of like the same thing as free, really, and live happily ever after. Or you can. I'm not sure about the bands. I'm not sure about recorded music doing so well, because as music becomes freer and freer, bands make less and less money from recorded music. Sometimes negative money because they have to pay for their own records if they don't have a record contract. You know, I talked to Steve Albini, the great recording engineer. He did Nirvana, he did the Pixies, he did so many great records. PJ Harvey's record, Rid of Me, which I really like. I don't know if she's a fan of her own record, but again, Steve Albini did that. And I spoke to him. He was in his studio in Chicago, Electrical Audio, and we had a really nice chat a few years ago, and I will link to that. And he told me that, yeah, most young bands pay for their own records to be recorded. So they're not free to them, free to the people who listen to it, but not free to the band. And they're working in pizza parlors or, delivering with their haircutters or something. They're not rich people, and they're paying for their own records, and their fans get their music for free. I think that's kind of screwed up. But anyway, he was telling me that, no, they don't usually have producers. They're on their own. And he didn't have a problem with bands not having producers. I do, because I think young bands need someone to guide them and take them through the journey of making records, not just for the sound of the record, but musically. Someone who's a little smarter than they are in terms of who can guide them in terms of the music of their records. But I digress. The free part of music is really killing music. The budgets for bands that have labels are contracting. Studios are closing, or have most of them have already closed. The ones that are left are not doing great. So the ecosystem of engineers and technical people that work at studios that know about recording music is shrinking at an alarming rate. They're moving on to other things. They're doing movies, they're doing TV shows, they're doing theater things. They're finding other ways to make a living, but the system of recording music, of documenting the sound of a band is kind of going away. Now, sure, some kid with a laptop and a couple of microphones can make their own record, but the thing about a guy like Albini is that he's got lots of microphones. He has lots of experience making records, so he can listen to a band and say, I want to try this Shure mic on, and try different mics. He has lots of microphones, and he's listening, and he's picking mics, and he's making the session flow. That comes from doing it a lot. And the kid with the laptop and a couple of microphones is not gonna quite really be the same. And by the way, Albini makes records fast. He makes whole albums in 3 or 4 days. He's not a guy who pisses away anybody's time and money. No, he gets them in, gets them out. He's recorded literally thousands of albums in his, I think, 30-year career. So we had a great conversation, and I will link to that interview. But the point of this vlog is, if you think you're getting over by getting your recorded music for free, in the end, you will pay for it, because the bands you like will have a much smaller recorded legacy. And that's sad. Sad for the band and sad for the fans. Because when that band breaks up or stops making music, it's over, pal. So yeah, it's great if you support a band by going to their concerts and buying t-shirts and socks and mugs or something, but their legacy is their recorded music. And it's a precious thing. It needs to be valued, and right now it's not. So it's my 2 cents. This is also my show. It is the Audiophiliac Daily Show, and it comes up kind of daily. And if you like it, please subscribe and come back often. And I hope to see you here soon. Thanks.